Giving your AI chatbot a personality isn't about style. It's about delivering a helpful experience for your customers that also feels purposeful and on brand. Agent persona lets you define the elements that matter most when serving your customers: identity and role, tone of voice, and communication style. Defining a role makes it clear how your chatbot can help users, whether that's providing product support or creative inspiration. Tone of voice aligns the chatbot with your brand, whether that's formal and more professional or friendlier and casual, keeping your customer support consistent. Communication style matches what customers are expecting, whether that's long, expressive answers for an inspirational chat or short, to-the-point answers for product support. I'll show you how to customize your Jotform AI agent persona. Let's go. There are lots of options for customizing your Jotform AI chatbot so that it aligns with your users' expectations and interacts with them in the way that you want it to. I'll show you how to set it up just the way you want to. From your Jotform workspace, click Edit Agent for the one that you want to edit. In the Jotform AI Agent Builder, there are plenty of options for adjusting the formatting, colors, style, everything like that for your chatbot. But what we're going to focus on is the agent persona, or how it's interacting with your customers, and all the different options you can have for that. To change that, you're going to go to the Train tab here, and then go to the AI Persona tab here on the left. Of course, the name, you can just type in whatever you would like. For the agent role, Jotform also gives you some suggestions of titles that you could use. So I actually like research specialist better. I'm going to use that. Then there's default language, which you can set as the default one that it will greet users in. For a tone of voice, there are some standard choices here: casual, professional, or friendly. They're all going to be pretty applicable for most brands. It's not going to be too out of left field to be too casual, but a good safe bet to pick would be professional for most brands. You could also specify a custom tone of voice in terms of an emotion or way of speaking that you can save here. So for example, inspirational. Okay, then here under conversation style, there are quite a few options here. So the first is the chat response length. So this is the text output that it is giving to inquiries here. And there's minimal, which is just really short, long, and chatty. So that just really depends what you think your customers are expecting from this chatbot. Are they wanting really in-depth answers, almost like a strategy session? Or is it really they're expecting short answers, like a frequently asked questions, do you offer free shipping? Yes, no, over this much, that sort of thing. Under the chat guidelines here, these are the rules for how the chatbot's going to behave. Again, in the text version of this only. This is for the text output, the chat version. And these are pulled in from the presentation that I trained the chatbot on. So its role, and it's heavily influenced by the role. So the role is a research specialist. And the report that I trained it on is to explain like a market insights report. So that's why these are more related to data. It says here, communicate clearly and professionally to convey complex data simply. So that makes sense for this kind of chatbot. If you had a customer support chatbot, the guidelines might be like, always make sure to resolve customer inquiries, or for certain keywords, escalate to human tech support, anything that makes sense for the kind of chatbot that you're making. So you will want to customize these based on what you want the chatbot to do. The next category here is for the voice part of the chatbot, which you may or may not have switched on. If you don't worry about it, obviously. If you do, you can set the same things like the response length, maybe long for that one. Maybe I want short responses for chat and long responses by voice. You can, of course, customize the voice. And here's a sample of it by clicking here. And you can hit change here if you want to pick a new one. Same thing here with the guidelines. So these are the rules for how it's going to interact by voice. And you can also add more. So you don't have to have just 4. You can click add new here and add another instruction here. So for voice answers, be extra thorough in quoting relevant statistics for each inquiry. And then lastly, by email. So this is if you've enabled the chatbot to respond by email, to send a follow-up email to a question. And then same thing for the guidelines. Have it either the same guidelines as chat or voice, or create something different just for email. Like for example, always include a link to a relevant website page from our site. But again, these can be whatever suits your chatbot. And that's how to edit your Jotform AI agent's persona and how they interact with people, whether it's by chat, voice, or email. If you have any questions about Jotform AI agents, including editing their persona, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any more Jotform tips, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!